What on earth is everyone talking about? What are all these words? What does it all mean? Let's dive into it in this video. Welcome back to Totally Football Cards. My name's Jeremy, and in today's video, we're going to look at slang and abbreviations and words that are used within the hobby. Whether you're new or a seasoned collector, some of these things are spoken about and are obvious, some aren't. At times, if you're new to this hobby, it can feel like gibberish just thrown at you. But today, we're going to make sure we break some down, some of the essential ones, to give you a little bit more insight and a little bit more knowledge to help you feel stronger in your collecting journey. Base cards. What are base cards? They're the common cards. They're the ones that no matter what, you will get a lot of them if you are opening packs. And the way that they're made easy to identify is the fact that no matter the player or the club or the nation in that set that you're opening or looking at, they'll all look the same except for the photography of the player. Sometimes you'll hear the word RC card, or as it is also known, rookie card. In sport, we all know what a rookie is. He or she, it's their first year competing, their first year professional. In the trading card world, if you get a card that says RC, rated rookie, there's a lot of different abbreviations used by different manufacturers. But if you have this on the card, it means this is the player's first card in the hobby. Usually certain players will end up with a mass amount of rookie cards. It can reach ridiculous levels. The reason for that is there's not one manufacturer making cards. There are multiple manufacturers. So that one player will have many rookie cards. Usually rookie cards, even if they are base cards, they are more sought after and thus more valued. Auto or autograph kind of says it in itself. Maybe, maybe not. Now there are different styles of autos you can get in the sport card world. We have sticker autos. We have on-card autos. Of course, auto cards automatically, since it is an autograph that is guaranteed authentic by that company, is highly sought after, whether it's a great player, mediocre player, or an unknown player. Patch cards. You have non-associated patches, which are also known as napkin patches. And what I mean by that is there's nothing really special about that patch. It's just an extra way for manufacturers to make money. We essentially see some very bad looking patches. As a Spurs fan, quite often what happens, which is weird, instead of a white napkin patch on the card, we get red patches. And if anyone knows Tottenham, our arch rivals Arsenal wear red. So why the fuck do I want a card that's got a red patch on it? Doesn't make sense.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So as I said, there is napkin patches. There are game-worn or player-worn patches as well. There's a lot of murky waters in this scenario. Fortunately, there are a lot of rumors that it doesn't take much for it to be classified player-worn. All they've got to do is touch the fabric.
Let us gingerly touch our tips.
If you are getting a card that has game-worn or player-worn on it, you of course are expected to pay more for it. The napkin patches are so common now, they're popping up in every product. We also have patch autos, chase cards. These are the cards that everyone wants, whether it's a shiny color, whether it's a player's first card, whether it's an auto. These are deemed chases, so everyone's on their way. Everyone's running like Forrest to get that card. Parallels. So as we know, there's a base card, but then there's a shiny colored version in many different colors of certain players. Sometimes the parallel can be of a different photo of the player as well. So what you get in a set is you will have base cards and then you'll have parallels. They could be gold, they could be green, they could be tiger print. There is many different options in the parallel world. Parallels also usually have quite a distinguished difference in quality of card. Your base card is very much cardboard 101. It can vary with certain distributors and manufacturers. Parallels are usually a little bit more solid of a card, more glossy, more shiny, because they've got to be. You've got to look at that shiny color. It's got to reflect, reflect, reflect. To make things even more confusing for you, you've got parallels, but then you've got numbered cards as well, which quite often are parallels in themselves. So you can go out there, you can buy a packet, or you can buy a card itself, and it will be a gold.
I love gold!
Now, gold quite often references out of 10. So that means that card themselves is only 10 of them made. So you might get excited. You open a pack and you go, wow, it's purple. But you flip it over and it's out of 399. But there are numbered cards going all the way up to a 1 of 1, which of course, since it's 1 of 1, it is the most coveted, most expensive card of that player. Now, before I continue on with the rest, I need you to help a brother out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Just click that button down below. Click, click, click. Means the world and can help this channel grow. Now back to the video. In my recent Mail Day video, you heard me mention chasing the rainbow or rainbow. This is a collector who's decided there's a certain parallel or a certain player that they want the complete rainbow of colors and numbers of that release. So, for example, you might really, really be into Hoyland of Manchester United and you want all of his Panini Prism rookie cards from base to his 1 of 1. So to get there, you'll chase the rainbow. You get every parallel, every variation, and every numbered card. So if you're going to want to chase a rainbow, be smart about it. Make sure it is a player you really, really love. When you're in the hobby, you hear a lot of people say, I'm going to get this card graded. I even said it on the Mail Day video. What is grading? Essentially, you're taking a card, you're giving it to a third party to evaluate the quality of the card. They look at the centering of the card, they look at the scratches, the quality of the card, they look at the edging and the corners of the card. They then send it back to you with a grade of 1 to 10. There are many different grading companies, and I am going to dive deeper into this in a future video. This is a case. It usually holds hobby boxes of 12, sometimes 8, sometimes 10. They're all in one box, which then leads me to the phrase case hit. That means there's one special card in that box and that box only. A very strange looking thing. It kind of looks like a receipt. I'm talking about a redemption. So these aren't cards, but you will find them in packs. You will find them in boxes. And what that means is you can redeem a special card. Could be an auto, could be a special parallel, could be a special patch. But what you do is you scratch that little piece there, you send it off to the company, and you hope to get the card back. You might have heard I said hope. Well, you ask anyone that's been in the hobby for a while, redemption cards are painful to get back. There's people that say they've waited 2, 3, 4 years. There's some people that have sent their redemption in and then the company sends them something else. They can be quite painful. And if you find one online, have a look how old it was, because you really got to consider that as well. But a redemption card is basically like a voucher for a card. So the second last thing we have is what's called a repack. It kind of sounds like it is. What you see are companies, whether online, whether in shops, they take either cards or packs, sometimes together, they put it in a pouch and they set an amount on them. So for example, you'll buy a $100 repack. You have no idea what's in there. Sometimes you might get something of high value, sometimes you might get something of low value. But the company love it. It's a never-ending cycle, though. Repacks are keeping the secondary card market alive. What happens? These companies, these stores go out, buy all this product. They then repack it and then sell it to you. You then take that, put it back online or sell it back in shop, and then they take it again and they put it back in a pack and resell it. So it's like a never-ending cycle that I can't understand. That is a gamble. That is what a repack is. And the last thing is breaks or breakers or breaking. It's quite a big thing in the industry now. A lot of people have their opinions on it. I'll be deep diving and covering it in a future video. But essentially, what it is a guy or girl has a hobby box, multiple boxes, maybe a case of boxes. They split it up into the teams. So English Premier League has 20 teams. So there's 20 slots. You then pay to gain a slot. That person then breaks the product, aka opens the product on camera, on stream, and then you hope to hit something under your slot. So for example, you've paid for Bournemouth, you hope to get a great Bournemouth card. You'll hear that everyone has a different opinion and a different take on what breaks are and if they're good for the hobby. So this is what breaks are.
Ronaldo! R9!
What?
So as you saw, that's essentially what breaking is. So now you have more knowledge on the slang abbreviations and the terminology that's used within the hobby. You'll now be able to go out there, hear people say things online, in forums, on Facebook, on YouTube, and use these phrases without feeling lost and confused. This has been Totally Football Cards. My name's Jeremy. Yeah, buddy, let's get it.